Okay, now, like I promised, I have Mr. Lieutenant, Mr. Alonzo. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, and thank you for having me with you today. People is kind of scared because we say
The law is here.
on top of the stage here in the Cooper Tire and Mazda stage for GoRacingTV.com, but this guy is here to talk about speed, but in a good way.
You're on a speed today, right? I know you are here on time, but I said no. I don't have to call him right now because
Reinaldo Alonzo,
you need to be awake.
that's the last name like,
You need to be good.
like a Formula One driver, Alonso, so maybe you have it in the blood.
I only go straight out.
Okay, people will be interested to hear about Beat the Heat program. You behind the cameras, we talked a little bit about this, and I was so interested that I wanted to take it to the Dominican Republic to make that program work. And it has a history now. It has quite a few years going on. Beat the Heat. What is it all about?
Well, Beat the Heat started in 1982. It started here in Florida, in Gainesville, Florida. The purpose of our program is to educate young drivers on the dangers of street racing. And what we do is throughout the whole country, and actually we talked yesterday, we're in different countries now, in Australia, Puerto Rico, and Rome. I'm looking forward to going to the Dominican Republic and racing with you. And what Beat the Heat does is we hold events in which young drivers, teenagers, college kids, and even people a little bit older want to come out and try to luck at racing cars. Beat the Heat. Beat the Heat. What we do is we host events. We partner in with the trucks. And at those events, young drivers that would normally be racing on the streets get the opportunity to come out to the racetracks and race a real race. How we get to these young drivers, though, we go out to the community in areas where they're going to hang out, car corners, parking lots where they're going to meet, and we know where they race. 30 years ago, 25 years ago, I did it too. And we know what it's about.
We were all young.
We didn't know any better.
I'm still young.
Wow.
You're still young. You've got more than I do.
But let me tell you something, because I'm very curious. What do you recommend to that people where they are racing on the street and they see the policemen coming? That's very important because I know a couple of friends, they are racing on the street. When they see the police,
they start.
She's admitted it too.
I'll tell you what, I know everybody.
Their names.
I know everybody, and he knows. This is my old friend. And then people know that the police is coming, they start running all over, and two of my friends got killed. What do you recommend?
Well, first, I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your friends. Second, I've been in situations when I was much younger where we would have the police show up and my friend would take off running in the same. I would pull my friends out of canals. Some lived, some didn't. Very, very sad. What I tell the young drivers is, if you get stopped, you're looking at a citation, a fine, and you go home. If you try to run, you may not make it home. If you try to run and you hit a tree, a telephone pole,
That's what happened.
you may not make it home.
Or someone else that you will ruin the life of.
And we always look at the mom in the minivan, soccer mom minivan full of kids. Let's say you don't get killed, but you hit that van and some of those children don't make it. You're going to spend a long time in jail. Over a ticket.
Plus, it's not that much fun as racing in a track. Definitely going to a track and learn racing and do it in a good way, in a legal way, is definitely a lot more fun than to be always nervous, looking at your mirrors, don't know what's going to happen. You are part of this program, Beat the Heat. Please tell us about your experiences, about the special cases that you've had and all that.
Stories that you know.
We can go on the stories.
I know you have a lot of stories.
We have a few minutes to go, so it's all
Oh,
time.
yeah.
You tell me, but how I started our program, to backtrack, as I said earlier, I did street racing as a kid. When I was 16, 17, 18, I did. So when I go talk to these kids at high schools, car shows, car camps, I've been there, I've done it. The other thing is, I've also raced professionally. I had a Monza that, pretty quick car, both sevens, that I ran with a...
Whoa.
Well, that's compared to today's cars.
He says, I'm going to drink about over. No problem. Low sevens. I mean, that's fast.
7 only.
Now when I drive, I can have coffee going on the track. I run 10s and high 9s. I'm running a high 9 or 10-second pass. Yeah, I'll stop and do something on the way. But what I tell the young drivers though, and I'll get back to the story here in a minute, what I tell them is street racing doesn't mean anything. So you have more money in your car. Maybe you have a bigger turbo. Maybe you have bigger nitrous. That's your car, that's not you. If you're a good driver and you really feel that you're a good driver, let's go where it counts. Maybe it's at the racetrack.
Go to the safe place,
Go to
right?
the safe place. And we're not racers. I'm a police officer. I work 40, 50, 60 hours a week as a cop. This is what I do on my time back to the community. So I'm not out there racing every weekend. I'm not a professional racer. But come out and challenge us. If you win, you get a free t-shirt. If I win,
You keep it
you're
trying.
bragging rights. I keep doing it.
So where can these kids, it's young people or everybody that is watching on GoRacingTV.com thanks to Mazda and Cooper Tire, where can they go and join the program? Where can they see you or do you have a schedule or do you have?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, first of all, and I forgot to give my thanks to Reinaldo and Cooper Tire for having us here today. Thank you. But for the young drivers that are out there watching us today, go to our website, Beat the Heat Inc. Go to Beat the Heat Inc. You can look up police cars and Beat the Heat teams all over the country. We're all listed there. If there's not an event listed on that schedule that's close to you, that's okay. Contact your local Beat the Heat team. There are a lot of events I do that are not on that master schedule, but we all have, based on that main link, you can go to our individual websites, you can see where our events are. You can also meet with your local drag strip and ask them, hey, do you have Beat the Heat events here? We do for our track, which is Palm Beach International Raceway, we do a Beat the Heat / Midnight Madness once a month. Every month we do it.
Wow, fantastic.
Orlando, where we're at today, has Central Florida Raceway, and we've met there before.
Yes.
They do the same thing. Good friend of mine in this area, Deputy Robert Reynolds.
Yeah, we invite all the people, all the young kids. Yeah, visit the track.
And Robert does a great job here in the Orlando area getting the message out and getting the kids out to the track. I actually spoke to him this morning, and he's at another Beat the Heat event in Bradenton. So he's
Today?
busy. Today, yes, he's a Bradenton event in Bradenton.
So you guys never stop. You're really
Never stop.
taking the
How many
word
teams?
out there.
There are close to 500 teams across the country.
500 teams. So it's working.
If it wasn't working, I'd have a lot of free time. I could go boat fishing or something. But we stay very busy. Every weekend we have multiple events. As we're here today, we're working on rolling 2 more Beat the Heat trucks for our Palm Beach County chapter. Our local shop down there, Rich Rods, does all the work for us for that. What we're doing today here this weekend is we're getting more partners and more interest in the program. But a few things to tell you about the program and how I got back into it. When the sheriff's office contacted me about Beat the Heat and said, we want you to educate young drivers on the dangers of street racing, given my racing background, I'm getting my time working with kids, it was a great opportunity. Of course. But losing, like we just said, losing loved ones to racing, my first reaction was, no way I'm going to do it.
We want to talk more about that. It's time for a stop. You don't move. We are live in GoRacingTV.com. This is a special show from the PRI, the performance racing industry, thanks to Mazda and Cooper Tires. And he's staying, you're staying too, so we'll be back right away.